You know, I didn't think I was going to start off a video and say such a high praise for Frank Bullock. But this right here is a high praise for not only Frank Bullock, not only Zach Taylor, but just in general with how much our offensive line struggled last year. And trust me, it did struggle, especially Jones at right tackle. Didn't really work out. Cordell Wilson was a human drive-through. Got a little bit better by the end of the season. Orlando Brown had injuries. Nonetheless, though, even with all our shortcomings last year for our offensive line, the fact that at least for offensive line holding penalties, we had the second fewest in the league. And we know already how much the NFL loves to royally, fluff us over. How the NFL loves to cheat us. So the fact that with the NFL clearly, as always, trying to cheat us, we still came in number 2. We still came in number 2 for the penalties. And even with those 9 penalties, if we go back and really break them down and watch them, at least 2 or 3 were bullcrap. At least 2 or 3 were bullcrap. Because I can think of 2 or 3 of them that were absolutely bullcrap. We could go down and structure it and go through every single one, but at least 2 or 3 of them was bullcrap. So I would say we probably should be tied with Philadelphia if we're being honest with our holding penalties. But again, that's called discipline. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, you want to have the best offensive line possible, but if you have discipline and you have a disciplined squad, and you're not pretty much shooting yourselves in the foot here, which is a lot of times offensive lines do with holding calls, false start penalties, just things like that hurt you. It takes away drives. It kills drives, kills momentum. This is, again, I give a shout out here to Frank Bullock because obviously he is the offensive line's coach. He is the guy whose main job is to not only make this offensive line good from what he's given, but also make sure that the discipline is there, and the players know what they're doing and they know not to do certain things like obviously hold, false start. There isn't many other penalties when it comes to offensive linemen, to be honest. Again, false start, holding, unsportsmanlike conduct, but you really don't get that for offensive linemen in all honesty. And you don't get delay of game. So, for the most part, for the penalties you do get for linemen, pretty amazing. Now, KC's at the worst, which is not surprising because I know it says 25, and obviously we're just talking about holding calls, but, man, this should be a lot higher in my opinion. But you already know they like to not call that on that said team. But even in the AFC Championship game, I mean, they had a touchdown called back, KC did, because of a holding call. Buffalo, number 2. Saints, number 3. I mean, the AFC North in general, we got Cleveland is at 21. But they had a lot of injuries on the offensive line. So they had a lot of backups in. So it does make sense that you would have less disciplined squad when it comes to backups. Baltimore, again, another squad. They wouldn't have too many backups in. So that's kind of weird. But Pittsburgh also at 13. Even with all their offensive line problems, you would think that they would be the most holding last year because I think last year as a whole, we had the worst offensive line, but Pittsburgh was not far behind. Pittsburgh's offensive line last year was dog crap. And then again, going down to us and then going down to Philadelphia. But with how good this offensive line is going to be this year, and I truly believe they will be, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this ends up turning out. It's going to be a fantastic season. If you guys did not see yesterday, Trent Brown in the offseason, he rides horses. He's 350 pounds, 6'8", and he's riding horses. And all I got to say is I feel bad for those horses because that's a big man to be riding horse. But hey, listen, that's what he likes to do. That's what he likes to do. As I always say, when it comes to my football players, as long as you're not risking injury, I don't care what you do. Well, injury of the law stuff, or as long as you're doing stuff that, you won't get in trouble for, / you're not risking your injury here, were absolutely good for me. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.